Alrighty, gals and guys, let's get y'all ready for Taco Tuesday. First of all, I'm using this meat that I bought from Walmart. It is actually called carne picado. It just means really fine chopped meat, basically. So what I did was I minced up some garlic and just put a couple of dashes of salt in this and some black pepper, and I'm just going to put it on that hot griddle. And you'll see that and you'll hear that. You've got to get that sizzle sound for it to cook right. So I'm using my griddle on the highest setting. It's pretty hot, but it's not hot enough to burn it. You want this meat to get browned and cooked very well through, this is something that my husband Julian used to make all the time. Granted, he was a way better cook than me. Julian had just a really, he knew how to cook. That's all I can say. And I honestly think that men, with a lot of things, are better cooks than women. I don't know. Maybe they just have a better palate than us. But I've learned this from Julian. It's definitely not his style, but it's pretty close. My kids love it, and this was actually something that Twisty's co-workers requested that I make for them, so I was making lunch for her to take to her co-workers. So I'm just going to let this meat cook thoroughly, and I'll just turn it every few minutes and kind of pat it down with that wooden spatula just to get that nice sizzle going. And once it's done, what I'll do is I'll take it off the griddle, and I will let the griddle cool and clean it off and prepare it for the tortillas. Our stove is actually not working right now, and that's one reason I'm using the griddle, but I also love to cook this meat on the griddle because it just seems to cook so much better. I like the flavor of it. I like the way it cooks. You could use a cast iron skillet on the stove or on an open fire as well, and that would be delicious. But I'm going to make sure it's cooked all the way through, and I want that meat to be brown, to have almost like a crispiness on the outside. I don't want it to just be that gray color. We want it to turn brown and nice and crispy, kind of caramelized, I guess is the word I'm going for. But anyway, I'm going to cook that thoroughly, and then I'm going to prepare the maseca for the tortillas. Now all I add to that is a dash of salt, and I just mix with tepid water. You don't want cold water, you don't want hot water, but kind of warm in the middle of that. And the way Julian always taught me was you mix until it doesn't stick to your fingers anymore, and then you've got a good consistency. And you can't see it in here. It was just really hard for me to get everything on camera, but I actually have a tortilla smasher. I don't even know the word for it in English. It's una planchera de tortillas. I think that's what it is in Spanish. But we're going to have that griddle nice and hot again. We're going to put those tortillas on there and let them cook on one side. You don't want them to get too dry. Just let them cook a couple of minutes on one side, and then you want to flip them, cook a couple of minutes on that side, and then you'll flip them again, and you want to press them down with something. And what I'm using is just a clean coffee filter, and I'm going to press down after that second flip, and I want them to rise a little bit. Now, I don't get mine perfect. I know this, but I get close. So once you've got everything cooked up, you're just going to add a little bit of onions, cilantro, lime, whatever you like on it, and enjoy your Taco Tuesday. That's it. Peace, y'all. Bye-bye.